When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the Make We Talk program. The attack on the National Integrity Commission, the Integrity Commission. There are growing calls this afternoon for the people are calling for the resignation of Mr. Greg Christie from the Integrity Commission. There are growing call all over social media for him to resign. Now, based on a comment that he made at the the shooting incident of one of his colleagues, he said when the journalist asked him what he think went on, he said, ask the government. 2 times he said, ask the government. There are growing calls for Mr. Christie to resign this afternoon. People are calling for the gentleman to tender his resignation. The President of the Senate said that they're writing to the Governor General also for Mr. Christie to tender his resignation. Now, we may say that what they're going on with is utter rubbish and nonsense. Is it a backlash in a sense where because everyone had called on the Speaker of the House to tender her resignation, and now they're calling on Greg Christie to hand in his resignation? Because people are saying that Mr. Christie is saying that the government launched an attack on the Integrity Commission. It's alleged that people are saying that. Now, based on all of this, we must simply ask ourselves one question. What is really going on? I'm going to have some esteemed guests come on the program this evening to speak to us some more about this, what is their views on it. But you know something? If we don't stand up, what went on at the National Integrity Commission? Police are saying it is a robbery. And then they're saying that Mr. Christie said they must ask the government. Now, in this report from a news outlet, based on what the news outlet is saying, everyone is saying that the goodly gentleman has put the National Integrity Commission in disrepute. Listen to what they say.
This is the comment that has caused Mr. Christie to come under fire on social media.
Mr. Christie, your thoughts on the shooting, sir? Your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government that.
Why, sir? What does that mean, sir?
Ask them what that means.
I'm sure this came as a shock to you, sir.
It's not a shock, huh?
No, it would be inevitable based upon environment within which you're operating.
So you have been getting threats.
Like, out of it is on social media.
Public affairs commentator Carol Narcisse, in a post on social media platform X on Friday, says Christie's comments present grounds for his resignation. Mrs. Narcisse says Christie should apologize swiftly for what she describes as his intemperate response. She says the remark was profoundly inappropriate. She notes that citizens, including public officials, should remember their duty to diffuse and not add to the tinderbox in what she describes as this hyper-divisive season. In another post, talk show host Vernon Darby also called for Christie's resignation. He argued that the integrity message was being lost in a maze of ego. Another person, God and Time, commented, "Inflammatory is what it is." In another post, social media user Juice_Master wrote, "This man must tender his resignation after this blatant and reckless comment about the office he holds." One social media user on X, Millie, wrote that the executive director's comments were unusual and concerning. Another person, Truth Nation, simply wrote, "Greg Christie must resign," while another, Twitter Times, wrote, "After 12 and Greg Christie don't retire." And one social media user, Jerome, commented that the executive director should resign in order to maintain the perception of integrity within the commission, because if not, it solidifies the argument that they are not acting fairly. He added that Christie's remarks were reckless, and no matter what statement the commission puts out, he has already sent out one. The Integrity Commission did issue a statement in that.
You know something? Everybody's calling for the goodly gentleman to tender his resignation, Mr. Greg Christie. Carol Narcisse says to utter some words, and that's the grounds, that also the grounds for him to tender his resignation. Many Jamaicans are saying that Mr. Christie may have said something wrong, while many other Jamaicans are saying what he said was, he should have said it. Now, we must be very careful on what we say, you know. Or we must not be very careful, because I tell you something. We have an information minister who is saying that people like me and other people are getting paid to spread propaganda against the Holiness Administration. Because we're saying the Holiness Administration is corrupt. Now, if an organization like the Integrity Commission is being muzzled, in carrying out its duties, what sort of democracy are we living in? What sort of democracy are we truly living in? It cannot be that we have an organization like the the Integrity Commission to investigate what is going on with higher up people, with the people of the Vumva and the Vumva in the Parliament. This evening, I also hear the call from the President of the Senate that Mr. Christie must tender his resignation. Then, if that is the case, maybe Mr. Christie should have never said anything at all. When the journalist asks him his opinion, he should just shut his mouth and don't say anything. And when he don't say anything, it's another problem again. People are going to say, "Oh, Mr. Christie didn't say anything at all." I'm waiting on my guest, Mr. Luke George Cook, and other people to come on because we are trying to figure out something here. The gentleman said what he said, and majority of Jamaicans are saying, yes, he said the right thing, while majority are saying, no, she have never said it. In my honest opinion, maybe Mr. Christie should have just shut his mouth and don't say a damn thing. Huh? Maybe she have never said a thing at all. Nothing at all she have never said. Let I see if I can get the clipping of the Senate President on a radio station this afternoon.
From users of social media and civil society groups who've been calling for his resignation. Joining us for a reaction is the President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, how are you doing? Hi, George. Hi, Siobhan.
I'm good. We're good. Yes.
Good.
All right. So here we have this statement from the Integrity Commission, 2 in 24 hours. And this one issued today says Mr. Christie is apologizing for any misrepresentation. We know that you in the profession choose words carefully. The Integrity Commission is stacked with learned people, and they say the apology is for a misrepresentation. How do you interpret that?
First of all, even your news teasers and the news itself refers to that as an apology. That is not an apology. What he's saying is that he's sorry, or the commission is saying that he's sorry. Now, I don't see his signature anywhere. The commission is saying that he's sorry for any misrepresentation, but there is no misrepresentation. It is very clear within the context of the statement that he was blaming the government of Jamaica for the shooting of this operative from the Integrity Commission. There is no misinterpretation. It is clear. It is clear what he has said. And what he has said has brought the Integrity Commission into disrepute. And as far as I'm concerned, what the Integrity Commission has put out for the second time is just making the matter worse, because it is suggesting that people are stupid. Because once you listen within the context of what Mr. Christie said, there is no misinterpretation. He is blaming the government for the shooting of this operative when the police have said that to the best of their investigations, the matter was a robbery. And what he has done is a dangerous this is a statement of defiance.
So that's where I'm going.
I say anything I want to say, and I will remain here.
That's why I'm saying to you now, Mr. Finson, is it that you are more angered by the content of these two statements than if the Integrity Commission had said nothing at all in the wake of Greg Christie's statement?
First of all, I'm not angry, so I don't categorize me as being angry. I am deeply concerned that Mr. Christie's behavior is bringing an important institution into disrepute. Any organization like the Integrity Commission that is requiring thousands of persons to fill out forms every year and so on, and requires compliance from persons, it requires a certain amount of confidence in the institution. And you cannot build institutions in a democracy if they don't enjoy the wide confidence of the people. That is basic. So I'm not angry. I'm not angry with Mr. Christie. I'm deeply concerned for the society and the continuation of some of the good work that the Integrity Commission does.
But isn't it true that there are things that the Integrity Commission could have said in the wake of Mr. Christie's statement that could have helped the situation?
The only thing that the Integrity Commission, the honorable men and women of the Integrity Commission, the only thing that could have helped the situation in the wake of Mr. Christie's statement is very simple. We have written to the Governor General asking him to remove Mr. Christie from his post, or alternatively, a statement to the effect that Mr. Christie, taking into account the best interest of the Integrity Commission, the best interest of the country, has decided to resign. That's the
You hear? Everyone is calling on the executive director of the Integrity Commission to tender his resignation. Social media is a buzz, calling for Greg Christie to tender his resignation as executive director of the National Integrity Commission. My concern this afternoon or this evening is Mr. Christie and other members of the Integrity Commission must have protective details around them. I would advise Mr. Christie and other members of the Integrity Commission to get security guards around you 24/7. Now, this program is not saying what Mr. Christie said about asking the government. Why I'm saying that Mr. Christie should get security guards or security around him is because of what happened at their office. It may be it may be a robbery. We don't know. We're not going to speculate. It may be something else. Time drunk, but time no fool. You see? So what I'm saying to this afternoon, that Mr. Christie should and must get security details around him. This don't look good and it don't smell good. It don't look good and it don't smell good. I must say good evening to the director and owner of OBC Radio. Good evening to you, sir. Welcome to the program. Mr. Christie has done a good job in this country. And we all know the Parliament of Jamaica is after Mr. Christie a long time ago. Now I'm being told that there's a letter that is sent to the Governor General of Jamaica for the removal of Greg Christie. And the call for Greg Christie to resign. It's a whole lot on social media. Yesterday, this program yesterday morning called for the removal, for the resignation of the Speaker of the House, the goodly lady Mauricia Dalrymple Philibert, and now this evening, and I will not join those in that call for Greg Christie to resign. What we are saying this evening, that the 6 parliamentarians must come out and say who they are. And if they don't come out and say who they are, the Prime Minister of this great nation of ours must come out and say who they are. And if the Prime Minister don't do it, the Jamaican people must call for the resignation of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. We cannot and we must not sit down and accept the fact that 6 parliamentarians, rather, not 3, 6 parliamentarians are under investigation by the National Integrity Commission. And the people of this country do not know who they are. In the United States, in New Jersey, a Democrat senator is indicted under some charges. Bob Menendez, or whatever his name is, I can't pronounce his name. You see? And he has to step down with immediate effect. In which other modern democracy can a prime minister have a gag order on the cabinet of this country? And no one must know who the 6 parliamentarians are. But when election time come around, we must put our X beside the bell or the head. Can the People's National Party tell the nation if out of those 6 parliamentarians, if any member of the PNP is involved in an investigation conducted by the National Integrity Commission? I won't call any name, because I don't know about to sue me. But I've been getting some information here. And the question must be asked this evening. Is the People's National Party parliamentarians at this moment, or are they under investigation by the Integrity Commission? How long must we wait? If it was anybody who lived below Crossroad that is being investigated by anybody, whether it be the police or any other arm of the Jamaican government security forces, their pictures will be all over the newspaper and all over social media. So why is it that the people who we pay, the people who put themselves up there and who we pay, if they're being investigated by the Integrity Commission, taxpayers' money pay the Integrity Commission. Taxpayers' money pay the 6 parliamentarians. So why we can't know their name? Are we living in a Xi Jinping China? Or are we living in a Vladimir Putin Russia? Or are we living in the little rocket man according to Donald Trump from North Korea? Is this a dictatorship? Is Jamaica becoming the next dictatorship of the world? That we must sit down and accept, or we must not know or we must not know. What is going on? You know, for those who are just coming on, let me play something again for you all to listen to. Social media is calling on Greg Christie to resign. Listen to this.
This is the comment that has caused Mr. Christie to come under fire on social media.
Mr. Christie, your thoughts on the shooting, sir? Your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask to go like that.
Why, sir? What does that mean, sir?
Ask them what that means.
I'm sure this came as a shock to you, sir.
It's not
No.
a shocker.
No, would be inevitable based upon environment within which you're operating.
So you have been getting threats.
Like out of it is on social media.
Public affairs commentator Carol Narcisse, in a post on social media platform X on Friday, says Christie's comments present grounds for his resignation. Mrs. Narcisse says Christie should apologize swiftly for what she describes as his intemperate response. She says the remark was profoundly inappropriate. She notes that citizens, including public officials, should remember their duty to diffuse and not add to the tinderbox in what she describes as this hyper-divisive season. In another post, talk show host Vernon Darby also called for Christie's resignation. He argued that the integrity message was being lost in a maze of ego. Another person, God and Time, commented, "Inflammatory is what it is." In another post, social media user Juice_Master wrote, "This man must tender his resignation after this blatant and reckless comment about the office he holds." One social media user on X, Millie, wrote that the executive director's comments were unusual and concerning. Another person, Truth Nation, simply wrote, "Greg Christie must resign," while another, Twitter Times, wrote, "After 12 and Greg Christie don't retire." And one social media user, Jerome, commented that the executive director should resign in order to maintain the perception of integrity within the commission, because if not, it solidifies the argument that they are not acting fairly.
You know, let me make something clear. Mr. Christie Mr. Christie should have not said what he said, but he said it. I wonder if all those on social media would be calling on the Prime Minister of Jamaica to tell the people of this country who the 6 parliamentarians are. I wonder if they'll do that. I wonder if those on social media will ask the goodly Prime Minister, if he does not name the 6 parliamentarians, why don't he tender his resignation? I am not a part of any political party in Jamaica. Now, do I want to be in a political party? But let me make something clear this evening. If we the people do not stand up and demand accountability, then this nonsense will continue happening for years to come. If we the people do not demand the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, then may God help this nation of ours. Because as far as I see it, our nation is going down a road that we don't want it to go down. And I'm asking the question this evening again. Can the Prime Minister of this country of ours, Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, sir, can you name the 6 parliamentarians who are under investigation by the Integrity Commission, sir? We the people who put you there. We the people who put your administration there, sir. We, the people who pay you, sir, want to know the name of the 6 parliamentarians. And if there's any ministers of government who is being investigated, that minister or those ministers should step aside until the investigation is completed. And if you, Prime Minister Holness, is under investigation, sir, you should tender your resignation, sir. You, Prime Minister Holness, sir, if you are under investigation by the Integrity Commission, sir, then I think you should do the honorable thing, sir, and tender that resignation. Hand in your resignation to the Governor General of Jamaica. And the members of the diaspora who love to kiss up with these parliamentarians and these politicians. The members of the diaspora, whether in England, Canada, America, or wherever you are in the world, you need to call for the 6 parliamentarians' name to be made public. And if they are not being made public, the Prime Minister should tender his resignation. And if the Prime Minister himself is under investigation, the members of the diaspora, the Jamaican diaspora overseas, should call for the resignation of the Prime Minister of this great country of ours.
It's 8 o'clock.
We cannot continue like this as a people. When I look at dirty foot trousers man who live below Crossroad is in any shibangarang. His pictures and everything is all over social media. So why is it that the people who we pay is under investigation for illicit enrichment of funds? I get in stammer this evening. Why is it that those who are under investigation it's alleged that their hands were in the public kitty? So why is it that their names and their pictures can't be put in the newspaper? But yet, we the people who vote and put you all there, we the people who live below Crossroad, we the people who can't even afford a tin of tin mackerel or some chicken back, we the people who this government or successful governments have not secured the people for how many years? We're 61 years old. And we the people, when majority of Jamaicans don't have water in their pipes, we must sit down and accept that whatever I, Andrew Holness, say goes. Or whatever I, Mark Golding, say goes. Or whatever I, Patrick Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, say goes. And every 5 years, they come out and ask for the people's vote again. I want to know the Jamaican people are not going to wake up and smell the aroma of the Blue Mountain coffee. I want to know if the Jamaican people are going to sit down and accept or say to themselves, we can't do nothing because it's Prince Andrew Bogard is in charge. He might be Dan of all Dans. I am the only Dan in this party. And all the rest are Donovans. So light a candle, sing a Sankey, and find your way back home. Do you remember the Gang of Five? This is what is going on in this country. The Donmanism, the dictatorism, if there's such a word. And when you come on social media, you talk about anything to do with the government. The Minister of Information, Mr. Nestor Morgan, saying that we're getting paid by the People's National Party or by civil society groups out there. But let me make something clear to you, Minister Nestor Morgan. I don't get no pay from nobody. I can't be bought out by nobody. I cannot be bought out by no political party or any politicians or parliamentarians, the same thing. This program here cannot be bought by no one. So when you're talking about people is being paid, you must know who is being paid. I know for a fact that those who I'm associated with and those who come on my program cannot be bought. A Luke George Cook cannot be bought. A Herb Nelson Jr. Nestor Morgan cannot be bought. A Wilfred Rattigan Nestor Morgan cannot be bought. A Wayne Lonesome Nestor Morgan cannot be bought. And I, Jeffrey Tavares, cannot be bought by neither you nor any member of the Labour Party, nor any members of the People's National Party, nor any members of the UIC, or any member of the National Democratic Movement, or any political party in Jamaica, or anywhere around the world. I cannot be bought. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you say, Nestor Morgan. Because you don't believe that we, the people who put you there, must be afraid of you because you know is bull duppy and duppy conqueror. You are a disgrace to the Labour Party, Nestor Morgan. You, Nestor Morgan, have become a disgrace to Bustamante Party. You, Robert Nestor Morgan, who is the Minister of Misinformation, you're a disgrace to Bustamante Party. You must leave Bustamante Party alone. You're a damn disgrace to Bustamante Party. You must tender your resignation, Nestor Morgan, as Minister of Misinformation. You're a disgrace to the Prime Minister, to the office of the Prime Minister. You're a disgrace to the people of Jamaica, Nestor Morgan. You're a disgrace to Bustamante, Bruce Golding, and Edward Seaga Party. You're a damn disgrace. We thought you'd do better. But all they do is come out with a mouth of lies to the people of this country. When the time has come, when you're calling on Greg Christie to resign, you must resign. What you don't want to do? You don't want to turn Jamaica in a right-wing dictatorship, right-wing dictatorship. where the people can't say anything because I want to run things. The last time I checked, Nestor Morgan, Jamaica is a modern democracy. You're a disgrace when they come on to being a minister of information. You're a disgrace, Nestor Morgan. What are you trying to do? That we, the people, mustn't say anything when we're going with no nonsense? Let me make something clear this evening too. If the People's National Party should gain state powership tomorrow morning, and they're going on with their nonsense, it's same way we come out and telling Mark Golding to step down. I am neither a PNP or a JLP. I'm a neutral Jamaican. Jamaica come first for me. And our nation is going on a slippery slope and a slippery path. This country of ours is knocking behind Haiti's back door. But I want to believe it, yes or no. The time when you taking calling for Greg Christie to resign, you ask the Minister of National Insecurity, Dr. Harry Strong, to resign his position as minister. The time you all asking for Greg Christie to resign, you ask the Commissioner of Police, Twiddly Dum Dum, to tender his resignation. The time you all take going on social media and calling on a goodly gentleman, a man of integrity, a man who have served this country well, Greg Christie, you all ask the Minister of National Insecurity to tender his resignation. That's what we all must do. And we have a weak opposition party. At least I did something and Dalrymple resigned. Who is the Prime Minister going to put up there? He's going to put his wife as Deputy Speaker to become Speaker, where she's no different from Dalrymple Philibert or Philibert. You see what they're doing in the Parliament? They're putting a new microphone system. And if you want to talk as a parliamentarian, you have to press a button. And if the Speaker wants to acknowledge you, she press the button and say, go ahead. And if she don't acknowledge, she should ignore you. Isn't that muzzling? Isn't that the muzzling they're putting on the parliamentarians? Isn't that an outright dictatorship on the Parliament of Jamaica? So you mustn't say anything. You mustn't say anything. You must wait until the Speaker acknowledges you. You can't get them on a point of order. You have to wait until it go around and come around. For the new Speaker, the Deputy Speaker is Mrs. Juliet Holiness, you know. Because Dalrymple, she resigned. So Mrs. Holiness, she's going to be the new Speaker, I presume. And she's no different from Dalrymple Philibert. Dalrymple fly the bird. One of these, they have to fly the bird, fly the plane, signal the plane, and drive the Jeep. Those are the people we have governing Jamaica. You know, asking Greg Christie to resign. Why don't you ask Everald Warmington to resign? Warmington is a disgrace to Bustamante Party. Why don't you ask Mr. Warmington to tender his resignation? But you're not asking a man of integrity, a man who is doing his duty, to resign. Why didn't you ask the DPP to resign? The DPP is a yes woman to all our own, you know. And we all know why to put back the DPP there. But I tell you something, you know. It's a sad, sad day in this country when they put back that DPP there. It is a sad, sad day in this country when the DPP is back there. You know why they put that back there? Because if she don't want any charges to be laid against the 6 parliamentarians, in other words, if she don't want the court to go anywhere with the 6 parliamentarians, she can say, I, DPP, whatever her name is, XQYZ, because under the Jamaican Constitution, she can do it and nobody says anything and nothing comes out of it. So that is why Delroy Chuck demand the DPP to stay and extend her tenure. This is what this country has become. So when the members of the opposition going to parliament come Tuesday again, and the deputy speaker is in charge until they appoint a speaker, hell and bang around in the Jamaican parliament come Tuesday, because Madam Holness in charge. And Madam Holness have to do what she want to do, and whatever she say goes. So if you don't like when Madam Holness running things, you leave. Because Madam Holness run things in the Jamaican parliament come Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. Madam Holness is the only done in this parliament. All the rest are Donovans. And if you all don't like what Madam Holness do, sing a song and find your way back home. Because Madam Holness run things in a parliament come Tuesday. And if you get to say a point of order to Madam Holness, you can't get you have to press a button. When the button press, a green light will come up. And Madam Holness will see the green light. And then Madam Holness want to acknowledge Michael Phillips. She will press for Michael Phillips to talk. If Madam Holness don't want to acknowledge Michael Phillips, all Michael, they press the button to backside. Madam Holness not going to suck Michael. This is what Jamaica Parliament have become. So you can stay there. The time you all take to be asking for Greg Christie to resign, you all should look to the Parliament of Jamaica and see what is going on down there. You ever hear the Prime Minister dance to one song and sing the song? Don't you trouble Zion. Don't you trouble Zion. Don't you trouble Andrew. Because Andrew alone have the key to the parliament. I said, don't you trouble Andrew. in the great United States of America, I don't recall that the Speaker of the House have access or have a button up there that when anybody who want to speak have to press a button. I don't recall that in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, nor in the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, nor in the Parliament of the Cayman Islands. I don't remember hearing that. But it have to happen right here in Jamaica. Right here in Jamaica, where the Parliament of Jamaica is saying, as a member of the opposition, if the opposition leader, Mark Golding, wanted to address the Parliament when Madam Holiness is in charge, Mr. Mark Golding, God help you come Tuesday morning, sir. Because you're going into an ant's nest. Madam Holiness in charge come Tuesday morning. Or Tuesday afternoon. Madam Holiness in charge. You have to say, Madam Holiness, can I, Master Mark, say something in your parliament, Madam Holiness? Because they call you Master Mark, you know, sir. But then damn out of other self. So come Tuesday afternoon, Lady Angela Brown-Burke, oh God, they not like you already in there now, and the worst are they not gonna like you now. Because when you're ready to stand up and speak, Angela Brown-Burke, they won't allow you to speak, and you have to press one button. And if you got green for Labour right, I don't have nothing good for say to Madam Holiness. She not gonna get the mic for saying no. She will continue talking to Delroy Truck or to Mrs. Warmington. This is what is happening in this great country of ours. And yet, a man who has served his nation well, a man who has stand up to parliamentarians, to the high up of society, Greg Christie, who is demanding accountability for the people and of the people. That is the people, that is the person that wants to resign. But a minister of national security who can't even secure his own constituency, they don't ask him to resign. A minister of national security, on his watch, nearly 900 Jamaicans have been murdered. On his watch. Since the start of this year. Nearly 900 Jamaicans have been murdered since the start of this year. And yet, the Minister of National Security still stands as Minister of National Security and Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Minister of Defense. May God help us. A nation is in crisis. A nation crying out for help. A nation bawling from Negril Point to Moran Point. A people who needs a vision. Because the good book, let's say, where there is no vision, the people shall perish. And Jamaica has no vision. I am not saying that they have done something good for the nation. They have. But the critical things that they're supposed to do, they haven't done it. We're 61 years old and majority of Jamaicans don't have water in their pipe. The people of St. Elizabeth have to be using drum. The people of St. Elizabeth have been using drum. In 21st century Jamaica, yet we talk about a 2030 vision to live, work, and raise family and do business. Huh? Yet we talk about a 2030 vision in Jamaica. And if we don't have people like Greg Christie to stand up for the poor class of Jamaicans, to do what he's supposed to do for the poor class of Jamaicans, then who are we going to have? You know why they don't like, you know why they don't like Greg Christie? And I know I'm going to get calls later on, you know. You know why they don't like Mr. Greg Christie? Because nobody can buy out Greg Christie. Nobody can buy out Greg Christie. That is why they don't like him. That's why they want to get rid of him. That's why they asked him to resign. That's the exact reason why they don't want Greg Christie there. He cannot be bought. He cannot be bought by no one. And that is why they are saying that Greg Christie must tender his resignation. And those people who are calling for Greg Christie's resignation will not call for the resignation of the Minister of Insecurity or call for the resignation of the Minister of Education. But on her watch, how many teachers have left the education institution? And on her watch, principals of school can be fined teachers, yet teachers is wanted. Yes, there's a principal in Jamaica at a certain school in Jamaica who is who has fired a teacher from a school. You see? Yet they're not calling for her resignation. Yet they're not calling for her resignation. She is still Minister of Education. When teachers are not being paid properly, teachers are leaving education institution left, right, and center. But they're calling for the man who is trying to do his work. When Everald Warmington called Mr. Bell up in Portland, chink and drunk and barfly, you don't hear these same people call for Everald Warmington to resign. When Everald Warmington called Lisa Hannah Jezebel in the Parliament of Jamaica, you don't hear these people call for Warmington to resign. When Everald Warmington stick up his finger, his middle index finger, whatever finger they call it, to journalists, you don't hear them call for Everald Warmington to resign. When Everald Warmington tells some police officers, some breed of dirty bad word, you don't hear people call for Everald Warmington to resign. When Everald Warmington disrespect the parliament, the people's parliament, you don't hear these people ask for Everald Warmington to resign. But because somebody asked Greg Christie, what do you think about what happened to the shooting? He said, ask the government. And he said, the person asked him, what do you mean? He said, ask the government. Everybody's asking Greg Christie to resign. Maybe Mr. Christie should have used different words, but he said it. Maybe you should have used different words, Sir Christie. Maybe you should have. But what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Gander. If you all are calling for Greg Christie to resign, then the people of this country can call on Everett Warmington to resign. The people of this country can call on the Minister of Education to resign. The people of this country can call on the Minister of National Insecurity to resign. And if the Prime Minister of Jamaica refused to lift the gag order and refused to name the 6 parliamentarians who are being investigated by the Integrity Commission, then the Prime Minister should do no other thing than resign himself. And if the Prime Minister himself is under investigation, then the Prime Minister should step down as a Prime Minister. And the Governor General must take over the country. Because if the Prime Minister resigned, and the Deputy Prime Minister resigned, the GG is in charge. And the GG must ask for the resignation of the Prime Minister of Jamaica if he cannot tell the people who are the 6 parliamentarians. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Please do not go anywhere.
Michael Manley, more than anyone else since Marcus Mosiah Garvey, must be credited for raising the political consciousness of the Jamaican people and motivating them to political action. He was a man who refused to accept things as they were and was unapologetic in his pursuit of change. His concern for the welfare of Jamaica led him to an appreciation of the intricate international economic and political relationships and the way in which they impacted on Jamaica's fortunes. His untiring efforts to change those relationships earned him international recognition and made his an authoritative voice in important councils around the globe.
I do apologize about that. The alarm on the house went off. I do apologize. Yes. They're calling for this man to resign. Because all because he said ask the government. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I truly wonder. Where are we going? Where are we truly going? Are we going to sit down in the rampant corruption? Are we going to sit down as a people and be muzzled by administration? Huh? People message if you're chatting, pay crap or this or Oh Lord, we do apologize to you. I lost internet connection a while ago. We do apologize. I don't know if my guests are coming on. I haven't seen or hear from any of them. I tried to call, but no answer from them. So I guess I won't be staying too long on the program this evening. We just lost internet connection. We do apologize to you all about it. What is this? Oh Lord, there's some siege of cocaine in Colombia that's coming across the news here. You know, for all of them to be calling for this man to resign, it shows to you that they're afraid of something that Greg Christie may do. It shows to you that they're afraid of Greg Christie himself. But all I can say to all the members of the Integrity Commission, the good God above is watching all over you. The good God above is protecting you. And be wise. Mr. Christie, make sure you have security around you, sir. And those who work with you, sir. Whether it be a robbery or would it be something else, I don't know. But Mr. Christie, make sure you have security around you 24/7, sir. Please have security around you 24/7, sir. We're asking you, sir. Because if you don't, sir, we don't want to hear breaking news that Mr. Christie is gone. So please make sure you have security around you. We could go on and talk about other things that's happening. I have a guest here with me this evening now. Good evening to you, Dr. Jermaine Garden. How are you doing, sir?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you yourself?
I am doing good, you know, here ranting and raving for the people of our land of wood and water.
I've been taking notes and listening. Good evening, listeners. We have been calling for, I see you were playing a gentleman speaking.
The Honorable Thomas Tavares Finson of the Senate, sir, the President of the Senate.
Okay, so that was Tom Tavares Simpson.
Yes.
Now, he's asking for the resignation of an independent party who is overseeing the corruption in Jamaica.
Yes.
Very interesting.
He and other civil society group and other Jamaicans are calling for the resignation of Greg Christie.
They're not no civil society groups. They're under one umbrella, one order. However, they're asking for Mr. Christie resignation when Mr. Christie is the president of the Intellectual Committee.
No, he is the executive director of the Integrity Commission.
The Integrity Commission, sorry.
Yes.
The executive director of the Integrity Commission.
Yes.
Now, I've heard where the reporter asked Mr. Christie what took place.
Yes.
And he, who is the director, direct the reporter to go and ask the government. Now, take keen words to what the gentleman himself, Mr. Greg Christie, response was. I don't know if you have the thing, can play it.
I was looking for it, you know. Let me see. Continue talking. Let me see if I can find it for you. Continue talking.
When the reporter asks Mr. Greg Christie about his worker, his co-worker who got shot, his response was, go ask the government. And the reporter said, what do you mean by that? Go ask the government what I mean by that. Now, from those
think-
words.
Hold on there, I think I find it.
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
I should ask the government that.
Why, sir? What does that mean, sir?
Ask them what that means.
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
I should ask the government that.
Why, sir? What does that mean, sir?
Ask them what that means.
Not only that, he went further by saying when they asked, were you surprised? He said,
no.
not at all. This was in, what's the word he used? He used a word, I don't want to quote him wrong. But the word that he used, he's saying that this was something that they were looking out for because they have get constant. He said, go and check the social media. They have put it out, they have spoken about it. They have gotten the threat, the warnings.
Yes.
So this was something they were looking forward to. And the director is saying that we should ask the government. Now, let me remind you of the government and where the corruption is going from. And it seems like we talk and people seems to forget. But I remember I told you a few weeks ago and others that the Governor General, Patrick Allen, is very corrupt, involved in corruption, and he was placed there for the only purpose in order to get back Cash Plus and Olint $20 million that he had invested that belongs to the Seventh-day Adventist Party. So take keynote, people. Patrick Allen, when he was the president of the Seventh-day Adventists, I don't remember if it was East or Western Conference. He had he was one of the investors who had invested.
Hold on for me, Dr. Gordon. Hold on for me a minute. Remember, we're going to say, what you're saying now is something that you're bringing over to say towards what Greg Christie.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I say, okay, let me just point out the reason why I'm saying this.
Yes.
Because earlier I heard all these reports have to go to who?
What report?
To the Governor General.
Yes.
If the Governor General is in cahoots with the corruption, what you think is going to happen? And I'm explaining to you that the Governor General is no better until we have those people removed from the position they held, the hold, before we can get better in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Now, $20 million of the Seventh-day Adventists money was invested in Cash Blunt and Olint. When Bruce Golding came into power, he stopped that. It was going to be a big problem. And you know, the Seventh-day Adventists have a lot of talk and whole heap of money, and it would be a big pandemonium. And the agreement was to put Patrick Allen in the position where he is, so everything could get back, money could come right out. Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister, and Andrew Holness is in corruption. I understand that people is in stress and depressed and despair, and we see that corruption is going on and we want better. But for 61 years, we've been going back and forth. For 61 years. I hear Mr. Tavares speak about places where don't have water.
Majority of Jamaica.
There's a lot of places, not just water, there's a lot of places in Jamaica that don't even have tracks. Not road, tracks. where they have to make man-made bridge and walking over, going down Gully Valley, up and down, and that's how they travel. You have people that can't, living in area that can't even drive car. The way of transportation is 3-4 of them on a motorbike. And that's how they get home. But yet still they're pushing for digital thing and all these things and what is happening? Now, I don't understand. I understand that people want change. But the changes that we go for, is it the right direction? Because what is the opposition leader doing right now as an opposition leader to really say, okay, yes, we see he's doing something. Now, we are here sitting down asking, and I am a bit disappointed with Mr. Christie. As much as I can say he's a fair person, because I remember when the PNP party was in, he called out Portia Simpson Miller and her stuff. He called out a lot of, so he's a very fair man, he's not into it. But now to the mass corruption that's going on in the country, Jamaica, I am wondering if it's fair to say, Mr. Christie, that you might also be involved in this corruption scheme that's going on, and you were trying to get a payout while you're sitting on these names. Why is it these names not public knowledge? Any citizen, there's none of these hierarchy who would put elect to serve as government. Based on the Constitution law, none of them is above the law. We are under the same rules and regulation. So what is good for the geese is good for the gander. So when a citizen of Jamaica who is not a member of the government elect board get arrested, why is it public knowledge? Why, when these things happen to regular citizens, is public knowledge, which is what's supposed to happen based on the Constitution law? So my question to Mr. Christie is, why is it these 6 names haven't been mentioned?
Hold on for me, Dr. Gordon. I don't think we can pose that question to Mr. Greg Christie It lies in the hands of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. If I am saying this incorrectly, I'm stand to be corrected. The Prime Minister of Jamaica must give the name of the 6 parliamentarians who are under investigation. The Integrity Commission is under a gag order not to speak about that. And the Parliament of Jamaica, led by the Cabinet of Jamaica rather, led by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, has put a gag order on the parliamentarians on his side.
How is it Andrew Only's gonna come out and okay? So what I'm here, what you're saying now, Mr. Tavares, is that the information that Mr. Christie has should pass to Andrew Only, and Andrew Only release the information.
No. What I'm saying is this: the Parliament put the Integrity Commission, if my memory serves me correctly, under a gag order, meaning they cannot call the name of the parliamentarians who are under investigation, because what the parliamentarians are saying, that if you call the name of a Jeffrey Tavares who is under investigation by the Integrity Commission, and when you call up Jeffrey Tavares' name and you do certain things, and Jeffrey Tavares is found not guilty, then Jeffrey Tavares' reputation goes down the drain. That's what they're saying. The question that we must ask the goodly Prime Minister of Jamaica is this: why is it that when
hold on, Mr. Tavares. What's the salary of a parliamentarian What's the annual salary of a parliamentarian?
I don't remember. They can raise it the other day to
No,
300%.
no, it's not yet. It's for next year. It's not. They're not getting that yet.
So them say.
No, they're not. They can't be getting it yet because it's next year.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So the regular. I'm just bringing you all to something right now.
To be honest, Dr. Garden, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
55. It's around $55,000
a month.
$55,000
a month.
No, annually.
55,000 Jamaican.
Oh, I forgot. I mean.
No, can't be 55,000.
Somebody would have to do the calculation in okay. This
I think a normal parliamentarian get $200,000 a month.
$200,000, 200 Jamaican dollars, 200,000
Jamaican dollars a month. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's about that they get.
Okay.
Either 200,000 to 300,000 a month.
All right, $200,000 to $300,000 a month. Yeah. Now you check inflation, how they live, cost of living, and bills and stuff where you have to pay. You check out that the salary out of that, what you get. Monthly bill, yeah.
But remember that some parliamentarians get traveling allowance and car allowance worth over $1 million, you know.
Yes, but what I'm pointing out to you, what I'm trying to point out to the public, we don't have to wait on the names to call because we can do our own investigation. Go and check these people networked and what they work.
I know the names of the 6 parliamentarians, you know.
Now, when I said the opposition leader is being quiet, is it the quietness because Peter Bunting is under investigation?
Bangarang, when we hear I know Jesus. It is alleged. I don't know the.
This is not of Jeffrey. This is all from OBC Radio and Dr. Jermaine Garden speaking.
Hold on here for Dr. Garden. Dr.
Yes.
Garden, hold a minute. Remember what I said. So you're saying that the Make We Talk program hosted by Jeffrey Tavares has nothing to do with it?
Nothing to do with it. This is all opinion from Dr. Jermaine Garden speaking here. It's just something that we are here speaking on.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tavares' program.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Now, make we talk.
Go ahead, make we talk.
Is it the reason why the opposition leader, because to this magnitude of what's going on, any opposition leader would take time out right now to be out and about, talking about this, pounding this. I'm hearing you talking about making patois national language. That's what an opposition leader importance of. It just shows how disconnect you are from Jamaica when you do stuff like this. Because everybody speak patois fluently and we never have no problem with talking it. When we want to talk it, if we want to speak English, people are chop the line like crazy and them speak 17 different patois language and accent and stuff. So nobody, and it just show how disconnect you are from society, and you think now, oh wow, the place get orange and a fire turn up the other day at the conference. Oh whoa, people really want to change and them looking to me. Okay, let me connect with this. What it's just garbage. Why are you not talking about these things? Why are you not talking about it, pushing out? How is it Andrew Holness go and call him name when him named upon the list? So who is the person that we expect to be called? Good
and
evening,
that is why,
Horace Chang.
Dr. Garden, and that is why we are saying that if the Prime Minister name, that is if the Prime Minister name is on the list, then the Prime Minister should tender his resignation as a Prime Minister.
But it is gonna be hypocritical for the now you see why the opposition leader is silenced, because it's hypocritical when his best friend and buddy named there. When the man say ask the government, who is the government? Hello, Sir Patrick Allen. Good evening, Horace Chang, former Minister of Finance. Hello. How we doing? Come make we talk. Like, why is these things not happening? Come on. Miss, what's her name? Marcia Filbert?
Yeah, Mauricia Dalrymple Philibert.
Mauricia Philibert.
Yes.
No. She turned in her resignation. Not that Tom Tavares Simpson asked for a resignation to be put in, but she put in a resignation. Now, she lied not once, but 3 times. She didn't know it wasn't her. She didn't drive it. She never knew. Okay. She put in a resignation, not just from Speaker of the House, but also Member of Parliament. You know why? When man can stand up and take eat, certain woman, them can't manage it. From certain caliber, them can't manage it. So she realized because she thought because she was untouchable as the Speaker of the House, running things, she could do as her like and say as it is. But she realized we talking out the diaspora, we've been pounding them, we're hitting them, and we're hitting them where it hurts. Especially when I expose Nigel Clark and the rest of them. So these things affect them dearly. So it's a time for the awakening. So she have to step, oh my God, when she look back and see all of the corruption, everything. And if we should check every other one of those politician taxes, a lot of them in this bang around. And why the opposition leader is not saying nothing, because from both sides is involved. And these are the people we keep going back and forth from to elect for a betterment Jamaica. We're not hearing nothing. We're not hearing nothing.
You know, Dr. Gordon, I spoke about Bob Menendez of the I can hardly pronounce his last name, of the Democratic Party in New Jersey, who is being indicted by the New York DA for getting bribed with luxury cars and all sorts of shebanga and all gold. And he is head of some party in the Senate. Okay? And what he has to do is step down. So the question that we need to ask, the people of Jamaica need to ask this question. Why is it? I don't like to repeat myself.
So much people under investigation and still hold high power.
Thank
what
you.
About the deputy?
Why is it that the 6 parliamentarians and the 26 other civil servants, or whatever how much civil servants, why are they still in their positions? Why we can't get the name of the civil servants? And why we can't get the name of the parliamentarians?
This is why they have 23 persons in SSL working. Because of an ongoing investigation or is on cleaning up. Why the DPP resignation didn't call for?
That's the question we're asking.
Why is it you're fighting so hard to keep the DPP that expelled her time as way past based on the Constitution, and y'all have her there? And if nobody didn't call it out, you would have still been doing it. Why her resignation wasn't called for? But you're calling for a resignation of an independent party that investigating the corruption, what you're doing. Let it make sense. And this is what Jamaica want. Another thing I don't understand, because it's over a week now, we put out a petition, and this petition is not for MENA people. And we've been talking for years. I'm getting over, when I put up something, within 2 hours, I'm getting over 10,000 views. Why the hell there is only 266 signatures on the petition, and we all crying that we want a bit? We've been doing the same thing repetitive over and over and over for 61 years. Now, if we have a petition in black and white and we take it to, no, obviously we can't take it to nobody, because I know for a fact the Governor General corrupt. I know Andrew Holness corrupt. I know the Minister of National Security corrupt. I know that the Minister of Finance is corrupt. I know that the DPP is corrupt. I know that the Commissioner of Police, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Fitz Bailey, is corrupt. I know a whole heap of other corrupt police in the force right now of high ranking stiff. So it's no reason for us to like put that petition there. But if we put it to outside entity where if it have to, then that's where it have to go. Forget these people held accountable in the court of law, that we can sit down and say yes. And next one coming can't play with it, because for too long and nobody has done nothing. Why we're not signing? We're not asking you for $1. We're not asking you for a dime. We're not asking you for any donation. All we're asking, sign the petition and continue share it. We need 15,000 signatures within 36 days, if not 35 days. And I put out a video and over 16,000 views, one video. Are we just here for the gravitation and the excitement and come out and entertainment? And sit down while
people, you know, Dr. Gordon, I know people are going to be upset with me, you know. But majority of people, and I must say thanks to my viewers on this program here, but majority of people who come on Facebook and YouTube, they're all interested in the source
and entertainment.
They're not interested in the real fundamental issues that face us as a people. What they're interested in is when they can hear some source. And I don't want to be a part of any source. Before we go any further, Dr. Gordon, let me say this. The newspaper today is reporting that under pressure, Dalrymple Philibert quitted, facing call for 6 MPs under probe to unmask themselves. That's the headline in the Jamaica paper today, the Jamaica newspaper. That the 6 parliamentarians who are under investigation must unmask themselves. And I know other civil society like JAMP, Jamaica Accountability Portal, is calling...
Why they must unmask themselves though?
In other words,
criminals, like really, why they must unmask themselves?
Because we need to know who they are.
Why our leaders don't out them?
Well,
where is the transparency?
Do we have a leader?
Because the leader is in corruption. This lady, Philbert, resigned. And as soon as she resigned, miraculously, her office got robbed. Now, all these years she's been working on there and doing stuff, her office never get robbed. But as soon as she resigned, her office get robbed. Isn't that something? Now, as also she resigned, a member from the Integrity Commission got shot. Briefcase was stolen.
Dr. Gordon.
Yes.
Let us be careful in that part, you see. Because
No, we now have to be careful.
Okay.
It's factual. This happened, isn't it? She just resigned and the guy just got shot.
Listen,
And
what
we
they're
are
saying,
are these isn't this just are these miracle or coincidence?
what they're saying is a honest, well, not honest. It's just a robbery that took place. Nothing else.
Oh, so it's just coincidence.
Yes, there's a robbery that take place, and let us leave it at that because we gotta be very careful that these people don't get any money out of us, you know.
So listen, nobody can get no money out of me. Because if them want to get money out of me, they want to come to America, and I am going to have them in the court of law where I'm going to have them under oath, and I'm going to speak out the facts.
People in the chat room is asking where can they go and sign the petition?
The petition, a lot of the videos you can see, I post up the link on the petition. Let me ask my producer just now to send the petition right under the chat. Producer?
We're here speaking about the attack on the national integrity and also
remember now, the man who is doing the investigation. Tell we outright, go ask the government. I was sitting down and laughing and talking, and when these people get drunk, them talk out, and I had was to sit down around them and to keep myself circumspect. I have to pretend like I'm drinking and I'm drinking more than what I'm not drinking, or smoking what we're getting and stuff, and just pretend, sometimes just blowing out, just to keep my composure, to make sure I'm aware of my surrounding and what's going on. I know what these people are, who they are, what they do, how they talk, what they send out, who they send out. When them give order, I'm not getting these things from third party. I came and I speak out about these things, and will continue to speak out about these things. The reporter asked the man himself who is doing the investigation. And what was his response? Asked the government. No, instantaneously them start a reprisal. Oh, him have to go. Him have to go. Him can't let out, him won't let out too much. By any means necessary, them have to keep them still secret.
Hold on there, make we play it again, Dr. Gordon.
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
I should ask the government that.
Why, sir? What does that mean, sir?
Ask them what that means. We're going to have a staff meeting. We're coming from the hospital. Incident happened probably about 10:30, and we went up to the hospital. These are some of our directors. Director Kevin Stevens, Director of Investigation, Director Craig Mercer, Director of Information and Complaints, and Corporate Services Director. So we're just getting back here.
I'm sure this came as a shock to you, sir.
No.
It's not a shocker?
No. It would be inevitable based upon environment within which we're operating.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No, but we have gotten veiled threats.
So you have been getting threats?
A lot of it is on social media. Our chairman actually spoke about it.
Any consideration?
So he knew who the threats was coming from. And he's direct who to go after. Who leading the corruption. That's why I don't understand how we can go back to be so naive and scared and go, oh, we got what kind of gag. You see me? They never have me under no gag order, because me have them a gag reflex out their mouth.
Okay. Let us not get to that part, please. We were that was a interview by the media with the executive director of the Integrity Commission, Mr. Greg Christie. When they asked him questions, he said, go and ask the government.
What
and he said, go and ask the government.
Ask the government what I mean, why they mean by that.
You see? And now they're calling for his resignation. They never called for the resignation of...
Why is it you're so scared? No, he could have come out and called the names. And if they come out and call the names, then people would say, oh, Yes, him violate the gag order, whatever, but at least the name is out. No, them he come too close. What happened today when he said ask the government that he looked straight in the camera, look in the camera and he pull his eyes out, watch body language, he was sending a direct message. Go ask the government what they mean by that. Imagine how rattled them up there was. Remember? Listen to that interview when Nigel Clark find out who I was. How worried and calm and clean he was. This is what happened when Greg Christie said, go ask the government that. They get rattled, so you know what, let we get rid of him. No. Him to everybody else, we sending a warning and him not following order. And when you're not following order, them get rid of you. Luke George mentioned the same thing. Why they don't push him up? Because him too unorganized. Him can't be controlled. People who can't be controlled, these are the things that they do. And we can't sit down and be naive and it's blatant out in our eyes. We see what's going on.
Dr. Gordon, let me ask you a question, sir. As a Jamaican citizen living overseas, sir, where do you see Jamaica going?
To the Chinese. I see Jamaica going to the Chinese, and I think I am under strong belief that send the thing to on the thing for me. The petition. Check into WhatsApp. No. Sorry, remind me of what you were saying just now.
I asked you, where do you see Jamaica going?
Oh,
as a Jamaican citizen
Chinese.
living outside of Jamaica.
I believe that the Chinese has spent billions of dollars for Jamaican to go down in a spiral where it's going, where they are also weakening the foundation of Jamaica. So when anything happened, earthquake, when we could stand certain disaster, it's gonna be worse. And then here comes the miraculous saviors. The Chinese come to help and said, let's do this, let's fix this, we can do this and fix this. And then guess what? Jamaica is gonna be in debt to China. And before you know it, Mandarin is gonna be teaching in school. We're gonna have a Ching Long Lu prime minister running the country. And that's where it is going. If we don't take back Jamaica, our island. If we continue down this two-party thing, we need somebody in the house where can look 1, 2, okay, it's no longer. Somebody else they need for there. Somebody else need to be there.
You touch on
thing not working with the under the PSAJ control.
You touch a vital point a while ago. You touched a vital point a while ago. And I remember who I heard today. I think it was the former president of Kenya, Kenyatta. President Kenyatta was the one who said it, I think. That you cannot give a foreign country your ports. And Jamaica has sold out the port to the Chinese people, a communist government. I remember when I first saw the Ministry of Foreign Affairs building downtown Kingston being erected by the Chinese nationals. I turned to somebody in the vehicle that I was in and I said to them, when you have a country, have a foreign communist government building their foreign affairs building, something is wrong somewhere. You cannot have a foreign entity but they want construction people. Chinese building the Foreign Affairs building downtown Kingston. People laugh at me. The American government will never have a meeting, a high-level meeting,
Jeffrey,
a high-level diplomatical meeting inside the building.
Highlight it.
Huh?
I just send the link. If you can highlight it up the top there so they can see it for those
where you send it?
Under the text in the chat.
I don't see it.
Why it's not highlighted in blue?
I don't see it. And when I said it, some people laugh at me and said, "Sure, you're chatting stupidness." It's the same way when I said to them that Jamaica is knocking behind Haiti's back door. People laugh at me. Want to see what's going on in Jamaica now?
It may go worse. It may go worse than Haiti, because at least Haiti control the port. Haitians control the port.
Do they really control the port? Yes, they do. But the fact of the matter is, if we, the people in the land of wood and water, don't stand up and say enough is enough, then I don't know where we're going to turn. If we're going to call on Greg Christie to resign, why is that we can't call on Everett Warmington and the Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister himself to tender his resignation? Because the fact of the matter is, if you cannot call the 6 names of the parliamentarians, you are the Prime Minister of the country. You are the head of the cabinet, Mr. Prime Minister. You have a solemn duty to tell the people, hold on for me, to tell the people of Jamaica who are the 6 parliamentarians, and we need to know who are the civil servants who are under investigation. Why are they still nyamming taxpayers' money? Huh? Why must we sit down in this modern time and age and allow people to want to have a dictatorship over us?
And got the nerve to take 300% increase raise from our money.
You know,
why they never call for Terrelong resignation?
Dr. Garden, Dr. Jermaine Garden.
Yes.
Don't go down that road tonight.
Okay.
Please don't go down that road tonight. I beg you.
Not here. We'll speak about that on OBC radio.
No, you see,
I won't be on any. I understand you don't want the command to question and what, but I'm not under no gag order.
No, I'm not. No. Hold on for me. Hold on for me, Dr. Garden. I am not under any gag order, you know. You and I will talk off air.
I don't have to be careful when I speak.
You and I will talk off air when I'm finished. When I said to you, don't go down that road. There is a reason why I said that to you. It has nothing to do with me and gag order and can't speak. Nobody don't want me. There's a reason why I said it, and I don't want you to feel any way, sir.
I am very intrigued. Can we end the program?
Backside here, I know. So I see we're in oh Lord. I see we're in the this is about Dalrymple Philibert, the executive director of the Jamaica Accountability Portal, Jeanette Calder, has sent out a press release. It was about the Speaker of the House. Sent a press release about.
There is a lot more that woman is involved in, and she running because she don't want the whole thing come out. That's why she just put her resignation and just step away.
You know, a young man one time, you know, and I don't know if he's listening to me or watching this program. He sent an email to me about the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, raised some land issue in Trelawney. And when I went through the papers, I went on air with it at the time. And when I spoke about it in depth and everything like that, as I came off the program, I got a telephone call asking me how I got access to the papers. And I laughed. I said, why are you asking the question? The person said to me, Mr. Tavares, you gotta be very careful. As a speaker of the who? I said, that is why I'm going to talk about it more. But the producer at the time at the radio station begged me not to, because they don't want them to get in a lawsuit or whatever. So I didn't bother with it. Huh?
Send it to OBC.
I don't have it on me now. Been searching for it from day to day and I don't find it. I've been trying to get the
Anybody have
trying to get the person in contact with me.
Anyone have anything want for send it here. I won't. One thing I don't. I will blow the whistle, but I don't give away my whistleblowees. And nobody, because I know who these people are, and I have the secrets, and I honestly really want. Okay, recently, Karen Cross put out something, just to show you all something, yeah. And in the voice note that Karen Cross was talking, you hear she mentioned that she, even though she was upset and angry, you hear she said she don't believe that Angela Burke is the one who do the kidnapping. However, there is a member of the family who is involved who was taken off the plane.
Hold on for me.
Notice, a day after Angela Burnberg came out publicly and speak. Why is it Andrew Holness, Patrick Bailey, Nigel Clark, or all those names who me I call can't come say a lie me I tell? Them bully and bad down, and you're gonna tell me that, oh, nobody here, nobody heard? Come on.
Karen Cross said something. Karen Cross said something in that video posting that the FBI is investigating Angela Brown Burke. Dr. Garden?
Yes.
The FBI is not investigating Miss Brown Burke.
And she did mention, say she is a family member who was taken off the plane. Because in her, she was up to, but if you listen to the voice note, you hear she say, I don't believe it's, I know that it's not Angela. But however, I know that a family member of both Paul Burke and because they're married, and Angela, who
it is alleged
taken off the plane from the FBI.
No. The FBI is not investigating Angela Brown Burke, Dr. Card. And I will tell you why I'm saying this.
Angela Brown Burke, the family member.
Why is FBI investigating the family member?
Because the family member have some dealings with what's going on with the kidnapping of the child.
So how the FBI is involved in this? Is the baby a Jamaican? Is the baby an American citizen? Are the mother American citizen?
She worked with the DEA.
Who, the mother? Dr. Garden, the mother of the child worked with the DEA?
One of Burke, sorry, not Burke. One of Paulwell mistress that's involved work with the DEA.
Oh.
She's an Iraqi member of the member of the DEA over here, drug enforcement, whatever they call them, and that's why America have interest in that.
No.
As
no, hold on there.
What was that?
Hold on there. Although she's a member of the DEA, and if she's having a relationship, is alleged she's having a relationship with the former minister, that doesn't say that the person who is being missing, or the person who's missing, is not an American citizen. It's a Jamaican citizen. So how the FBI get involved in it?
Well, I know. I'm not just speaking from Karen, from Karen, because I know that somebody was a female was definitely taken off the plane from the airport.
What plane? Is it a commercial plane? A private jet? Where did it take it off? In Jamaica?
I don't know what plane, and I don't want, because I don't want to lead my source. I don't want to lead the information too close to the source.
Oh.
And another thing that is also factual, Lisa Anna did went to Philip Paulwell house to make him soup and clean up his place under his depressed state. But with the investigation of what's her name, Angela Burke herself, that's why she came out and make it public, said, no, I am not being investigated. However, somebody from the family
That's what she said?
Investigate. No, she didn't say, but she came out and take her name out of it. So I am just saying, okay.
And Dr. Gordon.
Yes.
Dr. Gordon, let me say something to you, sir. I am not a member of the security apparatus of neither Jamaica nor America. But I've moved amongst people who are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to you again, if the baby of the former minister is missing, along with the baby's mother, if the baby is an American citizen, then the FBI will get involved with the ask for the FBI services. If the baby is an American citizen or the mother, I do not see where the FBI must get involved. And if the FBI is investigating a member, is alleged that the FBI is investigating a member of Dr. Angela Brown Burke's family,
hold on.
Then I think they will deal with that.
Let me tell you how it would be. And you should look into that, and you should know that too.
What?
Whose child it is?
A former minister.
Okay, exactly. A former minister.
And?
So if a former minister have issue, any former minister can reach out to the federal. That's what they're there for. And
No.
You're telling me.
If the government, hold on for me. If the government of Jamaica do not request for the FBI to come in, no former minister can reach out to the FBI that way. They have to go through the proper channel. And I'm saying to you that if the child, hold on for me, sir. If the child is a member, if the child is a citizen of the American government, there is absolutely no way the FBI can get involved. I wish I could get a hold of Wilfred Rattigan for him to explain it to you.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Tavares.
Mm-hmm.
If a crime took place in Jamaica, and hypothetically speaking, I'm a former member of the government of Jamaica. A crime took place, and I give information out. I don't want to say, okay, I give information out and to an international entity based on knowing of the corruption that's going on in Jamaica, and it won't be taking place. Now, if I know of, let's say, Jeffrey Tavares going on a plane and a flight somewhere, anybody with information, oh my God, can make hint, and that person can be removed from the airline and hold for investigation. What you have to understand, when Obama went to Jamaica a few years ago, Obama didn't go to Jamaica to get Jamaicans visa. Obama went to Jamaica to sign a treaty where things like these can happen, where
Dr. Gordon, Dr. Gordon,
yes.
Dr. Gordon, with all due respect to you, chatting shit. No disrespect to you.
Me and you gonna talk when you come up. Me, because I don't want to say so much. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pull up facts and evidence to what I'm talking about. I don't want to
because
say so much.
what I know for a fact, that a former member of government would have to go through the proper channel.
What would be the proper channel? The Jamaican government?
The American embassy. And I'm saying it to you again. If the child is not a member, if the child is a citizen of the United States, look how many times citizens of the United States get killed in Jamaica or get abducted in Jamaica. You don't hear the FBI is involved in it. So how all of a sudden the FBI is involved in the disappearance of former minister's baby?
Mother? Who's the child mother?
A Jamaican citizen.
What work she do?
I don't know. But what I know for a fact that they can't just come and say, okay, the FBI is in charge, the FBI is doing whatever. And I will say this publicly without any apology. Whatever Miss Karen Carr, whatever her name say, I take whatever she say with a grain of salt.
I'm not talking about Karen now. I just asked you a question.
Yes.
And you say you don't know. But you just
remember you told me, sir, that the goodly gentleman whose baby is missing has a relationship with a member of the DEA.
Didn't I also just say I don't want to say much because I don't want to give away my sources?
Yes, you said that.
Okay. And I just come down to the nitty-gritty and ask you of the person who we speak, because you're telling me that it's BS that which I just spoke.
Right.
But yet still you don't know nothing of the child's mother.
No, but what I am saying to you, sir, what I'm saying to you also, sir, the only way the Federal Bureau of Investigation get involved in a disappearance of a child in Jamaica, unless the child is an American citizen, a former member of government, who's a former minister and a current member of parliament, cannot reach out to the FBI just like that. So what are you going to say? The FBI are going to drop everything and come to Jamaica to investigate this?
The mother of the child, is she an American citizen, resident, or a Jamaican citizen?
I just answered you the question.
So you don't know?
Shack Studio microphone. WA Business Audio.
We're speaking to Dr. Jermaine Gordon. We're gonna end this program very soon. I see we're in getting a wrap-up signal from the producer here. We've gone over the time because we had said we're going to go until about 8:30, 9:30. It's now 9:94.
We said 9.
Huh?
You also said 9.
Yeah, I did said 9. So I want you to give your final words on the program, Dr. Gordon, then we're going to go wrap up. We're going to come off the program. What I mean by wrap up the program, please. Don't get this twisted.
No, I got to get you. Well, again, I want to thank Jeffrey Tavares and the Make We Talk show for having me here tonight. I want to thank the listeners. And I just want to continue to instill. We need to just, it's not, we're talking too much. For years, 61 years, we've been talking and blocking road, and it makes no difference. It done nothing. If you all really want change and have these people held accountable, sign that petition. Sign the petition. Let me get the 15,000 signature, and then let me do what I have to do with it, and let me see what will happen, and see if change don't make. Because nobody in Jamaica is gonna hold those people accountable. I can tell you that. Because corruption is max on both sides. I tell you not prepare for an awakening. Just sign the petition. If you don't really want change, sign the petition. Please. I'm not asking for any donation. I'm not begging any money. I'm not doing the petition. And share it. We need 15,000 signatures. Under a little over 14,000 signatures. We need 15,000 signatures. Over a week ago, we put it out, and we have 266 the last time I checked. However, 10,000 views, 16,000 views, 11,000 views within 2 hours. What are we doing? What are we saying? What message are we giving?
Thank you very much for coming on, Dr. Gordon, on the program. Thank you so much. For all those who hasn't liked, share, and subscribe, please do so. If this program today wasn't up to your suit, then I apologize to you all, but remember to like, share, and subscribe. And for all those whose cares has been our concern, the change that you seek will never come from the People's National Party or the Jamaica Labour Party. The change that you seek lies in our two hands. The change that we seek as Jamaicans lies in our two hands, and we are the change. We must demand the change that we seek. We must demand a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Not a government of the favorite few. And to all those Jamaicans who live in overseas, the time has come for you all to stand up with the Jamaicans in Jamaica, to rally around a single cause and a single purpose. And the single cause and single purpose is to stand up for the land of wood and water. Not to stand up for political parties. Over 61 years, majority of our people don't have water in their pipe. Over 61 years, majority of Jamaicans don't have a proper road surface to drive or to walk on. And this is the time. This is the time that we must cry out for the soul of Jamaica, for the democracy of this country. And so I say to you tonight, my fellow Jamaicans, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the strength and vigor of my body, and I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may under God increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. This is the time. This is the time that we must go back to our village and our communities. This is the time that we Jamaicans must renew the spirit of a Nanny of the Maroon, a Paul Bogle, a George William Gordon, a Marcus Mosiah Garvey. This is the time that we must stand up for this great country of ours. If we have never done it before, this is the time we must do it. This is the time that we must stand and speak up for this great country. And as I end with my words tonight, for all those whose cares has been our concern, the work goes on, the cause endure, the hope still lives, and the dream for a better Jamaica shall never die. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. May God bless Jamaica, land that we so dearly love. And may the people of Jamaica stand up for what they believe in. Dr. Gordon, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir, at any time, sir. Good night, everyone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Good night, listeners.
Yesterday, when I was getting on the airplane in Washington, getting on my flight, and I sat down in my seat.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute, and I want you to listen to me carefully, impeachment proceedings in Parliament. This will add another layer of protection of the Parliament to ensure that only members of unquestioned integrity sit in the Parliament.
That is the difference between them and us.
Few will continue to plunder poor people's money because we will have to continue to live with the rampant corruption that has characterized this government, of which the Prime Minister has been a part from beginning till now.
Plaza make, and you want a shop on the plaza, it's in US dollar.
My God.
Rich. Everything are run by China. Road are run by China. Government are run by America. Can I preach? Can I preach? Native citizen, we can't hold nothing down, yeah. Can I preach? Chinese are take over. I feel my belly. Somebody say, whoa. We need deliverance. We need the blood. We need Jesus. We need help. Can I preach? Show up. You will see what the Lord is about. To confuse them and to wholeness. Government
Comrades, we say it over and over again that young people are the future. But the way young people are being treated in this country at this time has to change. It must change. Time come, comrades, for young people to live good in this country. Comrades, we can look around us and we see the state of hopelessness that many of our young people are in. We see that many of them are choosing chopping over education. We see that many of them are being gunned down and are gunning down people. We see that many of them, they can't afford the school fee, so them just stay at home. We see that many of them are being choked by the high cost that they have to be paying back to SLB. And many of our young people in this country are feeling hopeless. But comrades, I'm here to tell you today that there is hope. There is hope, and it resides within the People's National Party. The PNP has always stood with young people. We stood with young people when Manley gave them free education. We stood with young people when PJ Patterson gave us path and modernized our trust. We stood with young people when Portia Simpson Miller gave us the Sports Development Foundation so young people can advance in sports. And comrades, so it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. Time come, comrades, and under our leader.
I got arrested a few times. During the 60s, I went to jail 40 times. Since I've been in Congress, I've been arrested another 5 times. And I'm probably going to get arrested again for something. I'm not suggesting that any of you should go out and get arrested. But when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, stand up and say something. Do something. I gave a little blood on that bridge in Selma 53 years ago. I almost died. Some of my friends and colleagues were murdered in Mississippi and other places. I'm not asking any of you to give any blood. I'm just asking you to go and vote like you never voted before. We have to vote. The vote is the most powerful nonviolent instrument or tool we have in a democratic society, and we must use that. Use it. Go out and vote. Let's go out
and vote. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.
Good night, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Good night. Join me sometime tomorrow. I think I'll be having a discussion tomorrow or not. But join the Reason with Rattigan program tomorrow evening. Let's join Reason with Rattigan tomorrow. He will be on, Wilfred Rattigan will be on tomorrow to discuss the Constitution. He and Isaac Buchanan and Herb Nelson Jr. will be on. So join them tomorrow evening when they go on and speak about the Jamaican Constitution and your fundamental rights. The Charter of Fundamental Rights will be discussed tomorrow on the Wilfred Rattigan show. That's Reason with Rattigan. Join me, I think on Monday or Sunday evening. I'll be having the opposition junior spokesperson on foreign affairs and foreign trade will be speaking to us tomorrow, Sunday evening rather, about his views and where the Jamaican foreign policy is going, his views and where the Speaker of the House, the current Speaker of the House, well, Deputy Speaker is gonna, I'm pretty much sure it's gonna be Juliet Holness, where that is going, and also his views on the National Integrity Action and the National Integrity Commission rather, and his views on the resignation of Mauricia Dalrymple Philibert. They'll be coming on to speak to us. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. We're still working on getting the piece of equipment that you all can call in and share your views with us. I know someone's gonna call me and cuss me off, but that's okay. I'm prepared to take it. But I appreciate you all for coming on. Thank you. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Can you please get me about 7,000 subscriptions? I would love to get that. Thank you all very much. Have a good night, everyone. God bless you, and may God bless